Art Explorer is a new international arts organisation which aims to increase access to arts and culture for everyone, everywhere, by pioneering new approaches to engagement and participation through digital or mobile projects. And in fact, Time Odyssey is combining digital and mobile programming.
Time Odyssey is an immersive adventure for school visits to museums designed for children aged 7 to 11. It's really to transform their experience of what it is to visit the museum, using the powers of play to take them on an adventure, having them journey through the galleries, through the spaces, and exploring new, playful, game-based ways of engaging with the objects.
Time Odyssey has been co-created by Art Explorer and the British Museum. Over several years, we've been through 2 phases of pilot.
The experience needed to have a digital dimension, and that was, I think, Art Explorer wanting to bring something new and innovative to a traditional museum visit. And a really important part of what we do is to bring the expertise of a large group of curatorial staff, and those are specialists in lots of different areas of history and culture. A really exciting part of this experience for us was, of course, bringing that expertise into the app.
When the children start their Time Odyssey experience, they meet a set of characters who've been lost in time, and they need the children's help to get back home. They are tasked with finding the objects and exploring the museums in a way that helps them create the equipment, the tools that these characters need to get home. From cloaks and amulets and journals, they are able to generate energy, creating the objects that they need to open the super mega portal for the characters to get home.
A key element of Time Odyssey is to transform the museum experience. We know that many children who've never visited museums before find them quite intimidating spaces. They're quite intimidating buildings. We wanted to use digital technology in part because these are tools that kids are very familiar with.
It's adaptable and flexible to different museums, and that's something I haven't seen before, that the app can be used in any museum. It can explore different collections, and obviously different museums have different strengths within their collection, and I think that the Time Odyssey app really enhances that for those different organisations.
We're then going to unlock our final mission. This experience really opens up opportunities for rural schools, because a rural school doesn't actually need to be that far away for the cost of travel to become prohibitive. And so they can easily miss out on the opportunity to engage with heritage organisations. So that's been a wonderful benefit from the Time Odyssey project.
One of the key aims of the programme is to tackle cultural exclusion. And of course the Transport Grant is key to helping schools that are far from their local museums to be able to travel in. This is absolutely a game changer because it's making it possible for schools to access their local museums, build relationships between schools and museums which haven't been there before. And we're seeing that most of the children who are going on these Time Odyssey visits have never visited the museum before.
On the missions you go on, it kind of makes you want to read and makes you want to learn about the history of it.
I enjoy school trips because it's a big difference coming out here and seeing all the things in person.
They were given a little bit of free time and the devices were taken from them, and you could see that their engagement was a lot different. They weren't as focused. The learning to them hadn't become that meaningful as it was when they had a real purpose to learn. They had the Odyssey to try and follow around the museum. I think when they go back to school, they'll be able to talk a lot about what they've learnt today.
The prompts are encouraging those children to really interrogate what are in these cases and what they're made of and what materials they might have, and that is informing the creative experiences within the app. And that's something that we at the British Museum and museums across the country are always desperately trying to encourage children to do. It is an innovator within the sector. I think it's really setting a standard for digital experiences for children and schools in museum settings.
Plans are to expand to more museums across the country so that we can reach more children. The aim of the programme is to reach as many children as possible, with the hope that this first visit, this first encounter with the museum will encourage them to come back with their families and to build a lifelong interest in culture and the arts.